Hello, in this video I want to try and talk about how I help law firms control the rising costs of IT. Now, more specifically, a lot of the time that is related to the benefits and return that they realise from the spend, the investment that they make in these tools, technology and software. One of the reasons that IT costs rise, so I'm talking here about the software, the tools, the case management systems, file opening, integration, onboarding, all these type of things, client portals. One of the reasons that there is a feel of a rising cost of IT is two reasons. One is because, matter of fact, whenever you buy a new solution, you bring that cost into the business. So it's either a monthly operating cost or it's a capital expenditure and a service associated with it as an annualized element. Now, more often than not, people want these, or suppliers want these monthly operating costs now. So when you bring a new piece of technology, and let's just take an obvious one, a case and practice management system, the cost of that technology is realized instantly, and it's realized 100% of that cost is realized. And what I mean by that is that cost comes straight into the business, hits the bottom line, and it's an operating expense that then needs to be covered. Now, the reason that there's rising costs within IT is when people start to add on other integrations, other tools it might be to do with Paperlike, post scanning, client portals, digital file opening, secure ID and AML. All these other things then start to layer up, and there's these columns going up and up and up all the time. Now, one of the reasons that that's felt and the benefits aren't realised, and the other lines don't change, the revenue's not going up. We're having to take on more people all the time. This isn't what we expected when we're investing in these areas. We wanted to invest in these tools and technology to increase the capacity of our people so they can bill more time, so we can take on more clients without having to take on more fee earners or certainly more secretaries and admin staff. So, and one of the reasons for that is because the projects that are delivered off the back of it, the IT projects, are very rarely a real success. So again, going back to case and practice management system, there's a number of law firms that I speak to. So if this is you, I wouldn't feel that this is something negative. It's very common that law firms invest in a case and practice management system. Cost is realised 100%, but the benefits that are realised to the firm are only whatever's kind of available out of the box that comes in a little bit. They might then print a bit less. They might share, have somewhere central that they are holding half the file. You might spend a bit less on paper, those type of things, but they're not really truly optimizing and using that case management system to progress a matter digitally, fully, including everything that's available out of that technology. So what happens then is the return on investment that you should realize for that increasing costs is only partially brought into the firm. It needs to be brought in to 80% plus for you to actually realize a return on your investment. So another example that I see a lot is with, let's just say there's a digital transformation or a post-scanning solution. Firms will buy a post-scanning solution without really going through the proper exercise, change management piece of understanding and working with, the receptionist, the admin, the secretaries on how that process takes place at the moment, how they want it into the physical case management system, if they do, initially. And then creating a digital process that replicates that, and then going through a change management piece to change the paper file to a digital file, all the file reviews, the complete life cycle of it, as well as all bespoke training so that the users adopt it, following up with them all to make sure they're using it. It's a big piece. Now, if you do all that properly, the cost in the software goes up 100% because that's what you're realizing, but the change management increases, which means that you realize the benefits. You're printing less. People are using the technology. The post isn't, is being scanned in and shredded. You're not storing it. You don't have paper files anymore. There's a full transition that needs to take place. Now, if it doesn't, what happens is the costs come in. Few people use it, but there's still printing going on. There's still post being processed, still paper files, and your costs have gone up 100%. But you haven't realised the returns. Now, if you have scenarios like that within your law firm where you've got technology you've invested in previously, that you don't feel it's been implemented properly, people aren't using it correctly, the training's not been completed, and you want to change that position to realise the returns on the investment you've made, then give me a call and I can talk to you about how we can help you do that. I can either do training or it's even delivery directly, but I'd love to talk to you about how you can improve it. Thanks for watching.